Hey everybody, Christopher here from ChrisAmericoast.com, and today we're talking about how to speak English without fear. How to not be afraid when you speak and how to be confident, right? And that might mean something different to different people, but we're going to talk about how you can do it no matter what confidence means to you. And before we jump in, I want to say thank you to everybody in English Every Day, where we practice speaking English live with professional native teachers 5 times every day. This is the fastest way to fluency. And a special thank you to everybody in our Level Up program, where we help you think in English and apply it to your life. And talking about fear, talking about being afraid is something very important, because sometimes you feel like something is holding you back when you're trying to speak English. And a lot of times it's nothing outside of you. It's nothing out there. It's all up here. And that's the problem with fear. That's the problem with being afraid, is that it's not real. Fear is not a real thing. It's not connected to a reality. It's connected to the future. You see, every time you are afraid of something, you are thinking about what might happen in the future. Now, it's not guaranteed to happen, right? That fear might be completely irrational. It might not make sense. It might not be true. And when we're afraid of something, it means that we think something might happen in the future, and that scares us. And we're worried about that future that might happen. And sure, maybe something happened in our past that makes us think this future thing will happen. But most of the time, it's just our imagination. It's just in our minds. And we're just creating this possible situation. And that's where the fear comes in. Because if you are afraid of heights, like if you're afraid of standing on tall buildings or high places, then you are imagining that something bad will happen when you are in that place, right? You imagine that you will fall, but you haven't fallen. You didn't fall, right? So that thing didn't happen. So it's not real yet. And it may never be real. And yes, your fear may help you from not being in that situation where it becomes real. So yes, sometimes fear is good, but many times our fear is about something that will never happen. And if we look at a fear of speaking English, or fear of speaking to new people, or fear of speaking in front of people, or fear of speaking on camera, all of these fears are about something that might happen after that. And for a lot of people, the fear of speaking English is about thinking what other people will do or say or think after you speak, right? Oh, if I speak and I'm wrong, then people might think that I'm stupid. People might think that I don't know what I'm talking about. People might not want to talk to me. People might think something bad about me. These are the ideas that are going on in someone's mind when they are afraid of speaking English. And this is a problem because many times those things are not real. The person will not think something bad about you. The person will not say something negative to you. The person will understand you, okay? So a lot of times people are afraid, but they don't need to be, because it's not a real thing that's going to happen. But they're afraid because they're thinking about what might happen in the future. And I'm going to tell you about another way that you can do this. It's called emotional regulation. This means that you control how you feel. And by using strategies that help you control how you feel, you can take away that fear. You can take away the idea that something will happen in the future that hasn't happened yet. when we control our emotions, it's really controlling how we think about what's happening around us. The problem with speaking any foreign language is that when you start speaking it, you don't know it, right? You don't know it. And that's why you tell yourself, I don't know it. And then you go to other people, and when you come up to them, you're thinking in your own brain, I don't know this language. And then you speak. And every time before you speak, your brain is saying to itself, I don't know this language. And then you're saying it. That means that the way you say it carries this idea with it. You're communicating to people, I don't know this language, I don't know this language, not because of how you speak, but because of how you think. This is very important to understand. And so when you can control how you think, then you can control how you feel. And that will take away the fear, because at the end of the day, fear is a feeling. It's not a thought, but you have that feeling because of what you think. So your thoughts will influence how you feel, and we can control how we think. So instead of going to a situation and talking to a new person and saying to yourself, I don't know what I'm doing, and then trying to speak to them, we need to use some strategies, some tactics, some techniques so that we can control how we feel and we can regulate our emotions. This helps us boost our confidence before we speak with someone. And some of these things might sound silly in certain situations, but you can do them very quickly or unnoticeably, very secretly, and it will help you to remind yourself that you can do this. Remind yourself that you want to send a different message when you speak this time. So the first one that we're going to talk about today is called power posing. And this is basically standing tall, taking a deep breath, and smiling. So if you can do that, then you're going to push more power, more confidence into what you're saying. This doesn't change how you think, but it's a physical way to give your body and mind the resources that it needs to feel confident, right? So we can do this little exercise, which is basically just stand, take a breath, and smile. And we feel a little better for a second because of the air flow, because of what we're doing with our bodies, right? And it also shows that we are taking back control of how we feel. We're taking back control of our body. So when you're in a conversation or someone's in front of you, it might be strange to, right? That's strange, okay? But you can do it very subtly. You can do it very secretly, right? You're speaking with someone and now it's your turn to speak, and you can just say, and then you can start speaking. And this is not strange at all, because all you need to do is take a breath and smile. And smiling is a natural part of speaking English. So you need to smile. Don't forget to smile. It's very important. Now, if you want to learn more strategies for losing your fear of speaking English, then we have our 3-hack guide, and it's free right now if you click the link under this video. So go grab that guide and then write a comment under this video and tell me, are you afraid of speaking English? And why do you have that fear? What do you think is going to happen? Now that you've watched this whole video, why do you think you have that fear? Write in the comments down below and let me know. And don't forget to press like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.